What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Streetcar Shenanigans YouTube channel, and today we are going to do another episode of the Streetcar Showcase. I know it's been a while since you've seen us. Hopefully you watched the last video where we gave you all the updates on the shop information that we've been working on. We had to move locations, we had a bunch of drama going on, but all that information is in the last video. So if you haven't tuned in and checked that out, please go check it out after this video. But today, Jeff Stropke decided to drive his Mach 1 by, and I said, well, what better way to spend this beautiful day than doing a showcase on your car? So today, that is exactly what we're going to do. We were honored to be a small part of this build. The whole idea, concept, and really assembly of this vehicle was actually done by Jeff. So I decided I'm going to force him to be in the video also, as you can see back there. The car is super sick. He asked us to be a part of the driveline, mainly because we're kind of known for putting a little bit more power than necessary in a build like this. That's exactly what he was looking for. So without further ado, let's get in today's showcase, Jeff's 69 Mach 1. Do you feel like a movie actor driving it?
No. I feel like a teenager driving it.
That's even better. Mr. Stropke, thanks for surprising us with this today. It's a beautiful day, and I'm glad you brought it out. You've been working on it for quite some time now. How long have you been putting it together? Just since it's left here? Because it was here for a bunch of shit. Obviously, we did engine, driveline. We'll get into the details on that in a second, but I mean, just how long have you been putting it together first and foremost? I think a lot of people think that this happens overnight.
No,
for the average person.
So when it left here, it had no paint, nothing on the outside. It was a motor, transmission, rear end, and brakes. That was it. I think that was...
And it ran.
Well, it ran and drove. Didn't have wheels.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that was May of last year.
So May of 24.
Yeah.
And then you had it all last year.
Yep.
And then it went to the Mustang brothers. Where were they? They're Dundee?
Dundee.
Okay, so then it went to Cody and Preston. They did the body work. They originally did the panel fitment and all that stuff before it even came to us, right?
Right.
Because it was in primer.
It was just in primer.
Whatever color that was. And then since then, it went to them in June then last year? Or did you wait till the end of the year to give it to them? I forget.
No, it went to them at the end of the year.
So then you were fiddling with it.
Yeah.
Throughout the year.
Throughout the year.
Okay.
Because they wanted a 100. Well, they wanted basically a driving car.
Yeah.
So basically, then it was after it left here. Then it was fiddling with all the components, making sure everything could steer and stop like it's supposed to. And then it went to them. I want to say it went to them like late October, beginning of November.
Okay.
And then I got it back in spring, like January, February of this year.
Okay. Which for body shop stuff, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. A lot of people wait in body shop jail a lot longer than that. So, which is great. So why don't you tell us about the car? I mean, I think a couple of the unique things about it are definitely the color, the stance. I mean, those are neither one I've really seen before. And then obviously the power plant's kick ass. So I haven't driven it yet. We're going to at the end of the video. I look forward to driving it as long as you'll let me.
Sure.
And but what's the setup here?
So it's a 1969 Mustang Mach 1. It's a true Mach 1 4-speed car, which is not 4-speed anymore. It's wearing black. It's called, the paint color is called Black Jade. That's the original color that came on this car. You know, the stance is all Hotchkiss suspension. That's what sets the car in the stance that it is.
Yeah, I mean, it literally sits perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
and
ideal.
That is out of the box Hotchkiss with, you know, that you order just straight from them.
And then who's like it's got Willwood brakes. Is that part of the kit or is that separate?
No, so that was extra. So I put so it's original disc brake car in the front, but I put Willwood's front and rear.
And it looks like it's a 6 in the front.
Yep.
So it stops pretty good.
6 in the front. I think it's a 4 in the rear. It is a it's originally a 9-inch car, but I put a brand new quick performance 9-inch in the rear end with the what are those things? Helical.
Oh, like a True Track?
Yeah, True Track.
Yep.
Then it's got the Tremec 5-speed, so I got overdrive.
Whose wheels are on it?
Those are
you were like looking at them for a while.
Yeah, so the wheels were, like anything, it's like a big decision. So
right.
Those are B&Gs, and I can't exactly remember the model, but what I liked about them the best is they emulate the old torque thrusts.
Yeah.
But then they give a little modern twist on it, which is perfect for what I was trying to do to the car.
Because the whole car is kind of a modern twist on it.
Right. My vision for this car was, with the hood closed and from 20 feet away, you'd go, yep, it's just a normal everyday 69 Mach 1.
And the hood closing became an issue.
Yeah.
At one point in our relationship together,
yes,
the hood closing was not as easy as you made it sound right there.
No.
So we'll have to talk about that. We'll get into the engine stuff. But I mean, I think you definitely nailed that. I mean, it definitely, the modern torque thrust, which the main difference is what, the machine lip.
Yeah, the machine lipped, and then
the shape is a little different.
And then the
obviously.
shape of the spokes are normally they're round.
Yeah.
Concave or cave,
this
and then
has
now
kind
these
of a point to it.
Point to them.
Yeah, which I think looks a lot better also. So let's talk about the engine. So obviously that's how we met, right? You said you wanted a pretty stout 9.5 deck motor. We ended up using an SHP Dart block,
right?
9.5 AFR 220 cylinder heads, right? Mm-hmm. Correct me if I'm wrong. I play with a lot of them, right? Then we did a Victor Jr. manifold, unported currently, but obviously powder coated to match the engine bay, which looks sick. Now this is the struggle, right? All that stacked up because we decided to do what? This has got the Terminator X Stealth.
Right.
Right. So it's got like a 4150 looking throttle body injection system underneath all this.
Correct.
Which is sweet that you ended up hiding it. But normally this sits on top of the carburetor, this blue.
Yeah, so normally that would just sit on top of the carburetor, and because the 351 is a high deck height anyway, so normally the stock intake would be really low.
Yeah.
So that's probably where it would sit normally, but everything would sit down.
Yeah.
But with the higher intake, the scoop wouldn't fit.
Right.
So
because I think we put it on there, and then I was like, Jeff, we have a problem. There's no way the hood's gonna fit. We're gonna have to figure out an alternative. But what you did was really smart. I mean, you ended up gutting the lower bowl, which obviously loses some of that cold air effect, right?
Right.
Potentially.
Right. Potentially.
But then you kind of gutted everywhere that it needed clearance and dropped it, draped it over the intake manifold rather than sitting it right on top of the carburetor. And now it looks completely air correct, and you wouldn't know that you spent days and days carving it to fit. Yeah, weeks and weeks.
Yeah, basically it's
to fit like stock. I mean, that's awesome.
Drop base that you buy off the shelf, and then so that gives you your lower clearance for the air cleaner, and then I just cut the whole bottom of the stock air cleaner, the outside, and just kept dropping it, praying that I could drop it enough until I had clearance. So, from the outside it looks like it's a complete air cleaner, but from the inside it's
not.
No.
No. But there is an air cleaner in there.
Well, yeah. There's a full.
There's still a filter.
It's a full stock filter. Everything is as it would have been. It's just that the outside shell is kind of sitting down closer than it would have.
Super cool. Super trick. Obviously, all the plumbing you did with some inspiration from us is super awesome. Really clean and tidy. It's got full air conditioning. It's got a full accessory drive. It's got Hydro Boost power steering or no power steering?
Power steering.
Oh, it does have Hydro Boost, right? Or just regular power steering? I guess it's just regular.
Regular power steering.
And then manual brakes.
Manual brakes.
Okay.
It's got a rack and pinion steering in it.
That's all from Total Control Products?
Yep.
That's a sweet setup for something like this. Obviously, we helped you with the Holley EFI, the dual sync distributor, MSD box and coil. That was all part of the shtick from us.
Yep.
Getting it all to communicate well and dialed in was also us. It's got a Dakota digital gauge cluster. A little bit of custom touches. Obviously, we had some AN bungs on the valve covers and things like that. So, But it turned out awesome. I mean, I'm so glad you went with those fabricated valve covers. Those look so sick in there.
It made it look. That's the jewel box or jewelry box, what they call it, or whatever. But it really, when you, like I said, when you close the hood and you walk up on it, I mean, the stance and the tires kind of, ooh, that looks nice. But when you open the hood, you go, oh yeah, this isn't
your normal Mach 1.
No, everything's different.
Which is perfect. Now, what kind of, so we ended up at 438 cubic inches. We were just talking about this off camera, but we ended up at 438 cubic inches. We ended up with a custom hydraulic roller camshaft in there. It's got good lifters. It's got good valve springs and rocker arms. Everything in there is pretty much made to about 7,000 RPM. And we ended up making, what, I think you just mentioned 570 foot-pounds of torque and like 540 or 550.
I think it was 520 and 560. So 520 horse, 560 torque. Something like
I mean, this thing will just pull tree stumps right out of the ground.
Oh yeah,
it
doesn't. Yeah.
Just rips the tire right off of it on demand.
There's no trying.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I mean, it obviously sounds beautiful. We'll switch over the mic on this thing and give it some revs before we go take it for a ride. But I mean, is there any other particular items that you think that you really put your heart and soul into this thing, or is there anything that you want to say about this car? I mean, you've obviously had it since 91 or 2.
Yeah.
So it's had many renditions, right? It wasn't always like this.
No, I bought this car originally because it's just something I've always wanted, a 69. I bought it from a friend of mine and took it apart, put it together. It looked similar when it was done the first time. And
so it still has colors even?
Yeah.
So
it had always been an original color.
Oh, okay.
So then I got spirited and blew the motor, and I told myself that was the end of it. I'm going to tear it all apart and do it all. And I tore it all apart and
did it all.
Did it.
And off the tree we fell.
Yeah.
Once the snowball's rolling.
Yeah.
It's hard to stop.
Hard to stop. So there's probably not one piece on this car that hasn't been touched or massaged in some way.
As we like to joke about, the term while you're in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is roughly 40 to 60,000. Once it starts to get thrown around the first time, around 60,000 later, you got it all. There's no more while you're in there left.
Yeah.
Well, it's awesome. I really appreciate you bringing it out, and I was so happy. I'm so proud to be part of the build with you, and I'm glad that you brought it here. I mean, this is a great surprise that you drove up today, no warning. So, if you don't mind, I think we start it up and rev it, show them what it sounds like, because it obviously sounds wicked. And then maybe take it for a spin around the block.
Oh, definitely.
All right, awesome. Let's do that. The interior is really nice. Is any of this factory? Oh, it's not even that loud in here.
No.
Oh, the cameras might be good. Tailpipe life.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what you're looking at is factory. This is the way it looked.
But is it OEM or no?
No.
Like repops?
This is repop. This is OEM. Of course, the gauges are digital. That's even digital.
Oh, that I was gonna say that.
This is OEM. The bottom dash is all OEM. Aftermarket radio, vintage air.
Is this like Bluetooth and stuff then, or no? That's sick.
Yeah, this is OEM. Side panels are OEM. The seats are emulating OEM. The carpets, of course, emulating. And then the back, everything in the back is basically OEM. All the sides in that back, that's all OEM. The only thing that's not is those upper parts where the lights are. Those are that repops.
Oh. Cool. Sounds amazing.
I know a guy.
Yeah, right. had the headers were like somewhat custom made, not by us obviously, but they were by I forget what you said.
FT4 or FPT4 Performance something.
Because those fit really nice. We didn't really have much issue with them, I don't think.
No.
And then we went 1.7/8 to 3-inch.
Yep.
And then we obviously made the rest all custom stainless 304. And then what else? Oh, Borla Pro XS mufflers, custom tips that were painstakingly time consuming, but well worth it.
Well worth it.
Yeah, well worth it. Yeah. And then, I mean, but it sounds awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's tame in the inside with the exhaust, and you know, if you get the RPMs up, I won't say it's noisy, but it's louder.
Yeah, sure.
But you know, you throw it in overdrive or drop the RPMs down, and it's actually quite quiet. And that's with the windows open, so I can only imagine what it'd be like with the windows closed.
And the cam feels a little lumpy at low RPM, but not terrible. You know, if you're driving in that 12 to 1500 range, you can kind of feel it a little bit, but
yeah,
it's definitely not race car.
I think it's the perfect mix for the street.
Yeah, the suspension feels fantastic too. I mean, you and I drove it when we just barely made it running, but the car was like so light. There was no shock adjustments. It was just like, it felt like, I was like, I don't know, ride's kind of stiff.
Yeah.
But now you've probably added,
oh my goodness,
300 to 500 pounds to it, and now it's like, okay, now the spring rate seems pretty much right on.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the shocks seem to ride really nice.
And this has the Fox single adjustable shocks from Hotchkiss. So I've actually stiffened it up. I think I had them a little too soft, so I've actually just made an adjustment the other day.
Yeah.
And I think it's, you know, over real bumpy roads, it's at low speeds, it's a little stiff.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, it's very compliant when you're up to speed. It doesn't feel like you're bouncing or anything like that.
Yeah, that's kind of where it matters, right? You don't want it to feel like a Cadillac at 40, 50 miles an hour.
Right.
Oh yeah, that pulls good. And I'm sure that's a small sampling. How's the tack work? Is it pretty accurate, or do you feel like it follows behind, or?
No, it seems like it follows it pretty well.
Okay.
I haven't checked to make sure that the speedometer is reading correctly, because that's initial setup is a guess.
Yeah, yeah.
But
well, if somebody hasn't told you it's wrong, then so far so good.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you keeping track of how many thumbs up you get in this thing? It's got to get a lot of looks.
Yeah, we've had more than enough where people, you got to kind of watch, because too many people gawking.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so I think that's the worst part about it is, you know, people driving by or making turns, and they're too busy looking at your car to pay attention to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Or what they're doing.
And then it's the TKX 5-speed. We kind of mentioned that. Did the drive shaft come with like a kit? You didn't do really anything as a kit. You kind of pieced the whole thing together, right?
Yeah.
So it's got a quicktime bell housing, probably.
Yep.
Who's master or slave cylinder in the transmission? Was that like a McLeod or a Tilton?
I think it was a Tilton.
Okay. So gray. I don't remember.
I don't remember either. It didn't come with the Malwood hydraulic clutch. That was extra. So we bought that after the fact. If my speedo is right, at 50 miles an hour, I'm going about 1500 RPM in fifth gear.
And what's the rear gear ratio?
373.
Do you feel like a movie actor driving it?
No. I feel like a teenager driving it.
That's even better. How fast have you driven it so far? got almost solid motor mounts in it, right? I mean, it's got like a poly style motor mount, so
Yeah, it's
I can't imagine how much that thing would shake normally.
Yeah, and then we lowered the motor, so it's down, what, an inch lower than stock, something like that. That was all part of got to make the hood scoop fit.
Yeah, right. Handles bumps nicely. This is a great car. You built a nice car, bud.
Thank you. It's what I wanted. I mean, I wanted, you know, everybody wants the street or the race car or the drag car, but I mean, ultimately it's a street car. It's a street car with way too much power that you can have way too much fun with. But I wanted something that was compliant, that I could, you know, if I wanted to drive from here to Indiana or here to Florida, I mean, it would be, it's not as comfy as a brand new car.
I mean, it is pretty comfy.
But it is pretty comfy.
Yeah, it's definitely not bad at all. I mean, it's pretty soon in its completion, but is there anything that you would have done differently so far?
Differently?
Like, oh, I wish I kind of did this, or I wish I would have went with that.
No, I mean, I questioned whether the rack and pinion was really worth it.
Yeah.
Because in my head, it doesn't perform like I wanted it to.
Yeah.
But I love when you're rolling and you're driving, the rack and pinion performs like I want it to. I mean, the steering is so responsive when you're driving it. I think if I had like a Borg Warner steering box in it, then I wouldn't be happy with the driving experience.
Yeah. It's cool, you can hear the engine breathing.
I don't think there's anything I would have necessarily changed. It came together with, you know, with talking through it, what I had in my head. It's pretty much what I had in mind.
And they don't always go that way.
No,
I can tell you firsthand.
Well, I mean, you just rely on, you know, people like you and talking through it. You know, I want to do this. Does this make sense to do that? You know, and anytime you change anything, you know, it affects everything else.
Yeah.
So you just kind of got to be 5 steps ahead of the thing that you're thinking about changing. So,
Because one thing could have derailed this whole project. I mean, too stiff of a shock choice makes it drive like shit, right? Too much camshaft makes it difficult to drive low speed, or puts the RPM so unachievable. You know what I mean? There's always like something, but I mean, I've only been in the car for a few miles, and I agree. I mean, it feels really good.
yeah,
You know, it feels like it checks all the boxes.
it drives really nice. It's not real loud. It's compliant. You know, it's not. You're not like screaming at each other to talk. So
How's your wife like it?
she loves it. From her perspective, she watched this thing happen. So she watched it be a shell.
What have you had?
Yes.
What have you had longer, the Mach 1 or your wife?
The Mach 1.
So there could take a little rip in this thing. I want to hear from the outside with Jeff ripping on it. So we got a little spot over here, and then undisclosed location, and then
Mexico.
That's gonna wrap up this video. I think this is an awesome car. Go to the right. You've obviously never driven a Focus ST before. Because for a compact car, it's about just as good as that. Oh, we definitely got to move the rev limiter up on this bad boy. That is way too low for what we got going on right now. I feel like as soon as you think about flooring it, it's already on the rev limiter.
Yeah.
Alright, fine. We'll keep it safe. Sally boy. Thanks for letting me drive it.
Oh, dude, there's only like 3 people in the world that I would trust driving it, and you and Dan are 2 of the 3. My wife isn't even on the list.
Yeah, right. Tune-up feels pretty good. It drives pretty nice.
Yeah, like I said, I just changed the shocks to stiffen them up. I did that yesterday, and I'm so glad I did. It feels like it's much better.
Yeah.
I readjusted the cow tracks. I think they were...
Oh, I forgot I had cow tracks.
Yeah, so I think they were too tight.
Oh, yeah. This is good. This is good.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's got the perfect power level.
Everything does what it's supposed to do, and it's got that, it's enough to be dangerous.
Yeah, definitely. It's probably got the perfect amount of rear tire on it too. I mean, we don't talk about it much because obviously in our world, stickier is better always, right? But you get to a point where at this power level, if you did have a real drag radial on it, yes, it would be faster, but it probably wouldn't be as fun to drive.
Right.
You know, because it wouldn't spin quite as much. It's going to hook up and go. I think that the Dakota digital gauges look amazing.
Yeah.
Super clean.
I mean, it looked like stock.
Yeah, they're so crispy looking. And the glass is all, you know, new. There's like it's not faded or scratched or nothing.
And what's cool is when originally all the colors were like a blue, like a green blue color.
Oh, from factory?
Well, the markings were white, but when you turn the lights on, it would be like a green blue. So Dakota gives you a daylight and a nighttime. So like everything's white, and you don't know it, but everything's being backlit, like lit up because it's all LED. But if you turn the lights on, it turns blue green.
Oh, like it's got some good feedback back. But with that comes usually, like I noticed U-turning, that it doesn't seem to have that much power assist at slow speeds. So it's kind of a catch-22, I guess.
Well, yeah, and I expected, you know, you put the power on it, you put the rack in it, that it would be, you know, driving around would be really, you know, slow, it would be really nice and compliant, but it doesn't.
Yeah, like a modern car.
Yeah, no. It's like, it's a power rack, but it's not, at low speed, it's not power like you
It's got like less assist.
Yeah. You don't need, you know, muscle forearms to freaking turn the corner, which is nice.
So what are you going to do with this thing?
Drive the piss out of it and treat it like a redheaded stepchild.
So exactly what we're doing with it now, right?
That's right.
That thing's cool.
That's exactly why I built it.
Major turn.
And it likes to go sideways.
Oh, it even kept going. I squeezed it a little more and it was like, yeah, I got some more. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's beyond what I, you know, in my head I had to have this vision, but to have it be reality is a little, it's really cool.
It revs so good. Yeah, it's just, the torque is just on demand.
Yeah.
Up in like a 50-degree morning. And you're like, uh-oh.
But you know, for me, and that's why I say the Dakota Digital gauges are so nice, is it's right there. You know how much oil pressure you have. You know what the temperature of the car is, and there's no, you're not guessing. You're not looking at a needle going, oh, what is it?
Right. Drives great. Whether you're driving it hard or you're not, it drives great.
Yeah. The shock adjustment I did yesterday made a huge difference.
Yeah.
It felt like it was too bouncy, so I redid it, and then I wrote it all down because I wasn't convinced that I had it right, and I added like, I added like 3 or 4 clicks to the front, stiffer,
Yeah.
and like 4 in the rear, 4 or 5 in the rear, and they're not. I put them in the reason the difference is that the top range for the front is different than the top range in the rear.
Sure.
So I mapped it all out and gave myself a couple extra clicks just to make sure that, because that would be the middle, or
Yeah.
even, or whatever.
And it doesn't wheel hop. I mean, we've done a couple older cars, you know, like this. Obviously, we do a little bit more the mid-range age cars, you know, 20, 30 years.
Right.
But, you know, like the last one that we did like this that we were involved in, it had a lot of these same parts, but they weren't installed right, you know, and then you go and drive it and I'm like, you know, something's wrong. I accelerate hard and the thing wants to find a ditch, or, you know, it's like, what's going on here? And we end up having to redo a lot of it, you know, from the previous person who installed all the stuff. And, but like yours is, it's really stable and predictable no matter what you're doing with it so far. You know,
Yeah,
but I don't see any reason why there would be
It had a
any
ton of wheel hop,
surprises.
and so the Caltrax were the Mustang brothers, and they're like, yeah, you definitely got to have Caltrax because it'll wheel hop forever.
Yeah, you either got to do like some 4-link conversion or
Yeah.
Caltrax, pretty much.
So, and then so far the Caltrax, I love them. They sit, they're not, you don't notice them. They're, you know, inconspicuous, but it
definitely hooks.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely doesn't hook, but you can tell that it could try if you wanted it to.
Yeah. Well, and it doesn't hop.
Yeah,
to
right.
me, that's huge. You know, nothing worse than you're trying to beat on it, and you know the hop is what breaks shit.
Yeah.
RPM and I took my foot off so I could hold it.
Right, right.
And just instead of
tagging the limiter the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, it came out really well. I'm really happy. You guys played a large part about this. I wouldn't be, I don't, you know, shiny is cool. I get that. And the body work, you know, the metal work that the Mustang brothers and them did, you know, is phenomenal. But the powertrain is where it's at. If you ain't got a powertrain and it doesn't handle, it's,
yep,
you know, it's a shiny paperweight.
Yep. So definitely seems like you got it all. Yeah, that's awesome. The rev is so good. Well, I think that concludes our video, Jeff. Thanks for bringing it.
No, thanks for having me.
Hopefully the GoPro audio and video is good enough to actually use some of that. I'm a newbie, so I don't know. But this is sick. What's with the 57,000 miles? Is that how many were on it
That's
before?
original miles.
Oh, so you
I put it back to
stayed
original
true.
miles.
Yeah. It's not a 0 mile unit. I like that.
I wanted it to show as what it really is.
That's cool. I didn't even know you could do that.
No, you can program it.
Very cool. Love it. Love it, love it. All right, guys. See you in the next one.